Everyone, just a quick video. It's near enough Christmas now. Well, at the time of this recording, it is Thursday, so I believe like 5, 4, maybe 6 days to go to Christmas. So, just want to wish everyone a happy Merry Christmas. Sorry about that, just had a notification pop up. They get annoying sometimes. Just want to do a little something. I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. A few Christmas shout outs. Shout number 1 to Rory Lynch, an old friend who actually got me into doing YouTube. Very old famous mine. If you've seen on my other channels, you know I've mentioned him quite a few times. He's even showed up on a few of my videos. And I even did a few on his old channel before someone deleted it. And it was not me. If anyone says it was me, you're wrong. They're wrong. I've been working hard lately, so I haven't been uploading much. I've been quite preoccupied. Yeah, I just want to show you guys something. This poster here, I made out myself. It's a collage. That describes me. Anything from Halo to Dad's Army to G.I. Joe to Back to the Future, Z Nation, James Bond, Mass Effect, Star Wars, Star Trek, Ready Player One, all sorts. So, Merry Christmas. Oh yeah, some of the other shouts are Lego Sam the Man. Hidden Xperia. Halo Follower. Sorry. And I want to give a very special, and I mean a very, very special shout out to my teacher, Holly Buck. As some of you know, I go to Abbey School, an autistic special needs school. We even get presents from Eagle Radio every now and then. From Eagle Radio this year, I got a box of deodorant and shower gel. Thank you very much, Eagle Radio. And from my teacher, Holly Burke, you know, this was a Christmas present. She said we could open it on the transport. She just didn't want us to open it up in class because some of them would be different. She got me the Halo. She got me the Dark Horse Halo adult coloring book. Tons of great pictures in here. Unfortunately, it doesn't say the British price. So it says only the US and Canadian price. Because there's some great, and I mean great, pictures. Here, let me show. Oh wait, hold on. Here, I just realized a feature. I can't believe I didn't notice this. This will help me out a bit. Okay. Give me a sec. So first of all, there's this one, Close Quarters Combat. Why is this? Sorry. Here. There's this one of Master Chief going up against an elite, I think Zealot, Major, Minor maybe. I can't tell because the armor colors are different now in the newer Halos. A Wraith attack on 2 Warthogs and a UNSC Infinity. Now let's have a quick look inside. Hopefully my friend Lego Sam the Man is watching this. Give him, he's done a lot for the channel. Oh, I'd given him ideas for some of his videos. Like, you know his zombie series he did? I actually suggested that to him. And some of the figures he'd actually used, 1 or 2 of them I actually gave him. So here's some of the people. It's Halo Adult Coloring Book, and with illustrations by these people here, done by Dark Horse Books. They are very old and famous comic books. They done Star Wars, Halo, tons of stuff. Here's the first one, Chief and Cortana. The surface a bit blurry. Give me a sec. There we go. Chief and Cortana. That's sort of, could you get a bit? There we go. That's Chief going up against an elite with an energy sword, and Chief's got his knife. Chief and Cortana. Episode. I'm going to say Star Wars. I can't believe I did that. Halo 4. I believe that's on the Forward Unto Dawn. September 19, 2552. When the UNSC Pluriform first discovers Alpha Halo after its fleeting reach. Just while they were being pursued by the fleet of Particular Justice, I want to say. No, that's not it. That's a different fleet. Well, Fel-Vadam's fleet. They were being chased by, well, Shipmaster Fel-Vadam. The drop on Delta Halo from Halo 2. Ooh. A Grunt birthday party. Yeah. On the this page, if you wonder I haven't been showing them, it's actually because there's a little right here. Happy birthday. Serving a year of combat is worth a grand celebration when you're a grunt. That's a nod to the Grunt birthday party skull. Hotel Zanzibar. Johnson and I believe that's Johnson. And two Marines take at the Hotel Zanzibar. You can actually see some of the writing here. And some jackals. Fortunately, there's no skirmishes there. Well, some people say these are skirmishes, but yeah. An elite and a zealot Requiem. The flood invasion of New Mombasa. That took part in the second Battle of Earth. Well, it technically was one long battle, but Chief was only second time Chief was present. A Warthog assault. I'm not actually sure where this is, but you can see Chief on the Chingan turret and a UNSC Marine. Requiem, I think, but for all I know, it could be Onyx. If you haven't read the books, then you know what I mean. Well, Onyx, Trevelyan, they're both basically the same. Halo 3, when Guilty Spark and Master Chief recover that fragment of Cortana that's aboard the flood-infested Covenant ship that crash lands on Earth. One of the famous bits, a very famous line from just before he jumps out Cairo Station is, "Permission to leave the ship, sir." Then Admiral Hackett goes, on what grounds, Master Chief? Then Chief gives this one very famous line, "To give the Covenant back their bomb." Jumps out of the ship, holding it onto the bomb, directly directing it towards a Covenant CCS ship, capital ship. A Covenant capital ship. If you got a good enough eye like me, you'd notice there's actually two different types of Banshees. The Halo 4 Banshee and the Halo 5 Banshee. And that might be the Covenant capital. That might be a Covenant Corvette or cruiser from Breach, maybe. I'm not sure. Chief and the Marines going into battle. One thing I noticed about the Marines are these are, if I'm right, these are actually the ones from Halo Wars 1 and possibly Halo Wars 2. Cortana aboard the UNSC Infinity, if I'm right from this background, because it doesn't look like they're Forward Unto Dawn. Well, it could be for all I know. I'm not sure. Can't tell much. One officer, a male, A239, member of Noble Team, if I know correctly, that he is Noble. Noble 4. Hold on, I skipped page or two. Let me just double check that. No, I did not. An ODST going up against a Brute Chieftain with a Growly Hammer when the ODST has only got a Tactical Magnum from Halo 3 ODST. Okay. And this is one of my favourites. Unlikely allies. The threat of the Flood Parasite can turn even the most bitter of foes into brothers. Sergeant Johnson and the Arbiter taking out a bunch of Flood combat forms and carrier forms. Oh, and some infection forms here. Here's a better look at one. Here. Then the prophets of truth, regret, and mercy. See, I'm not sure which one's which, but I'm sure this one is truth. Or is this truth? It's one of the two. It's been a while since I've seen the cutscenes with them in it. The Scarab attack on 2 Spartan Warthogs. All of them have Spartans in them. Oh, actually, I'm not so sure about this one here. I'm not sure if that's a Spartan or a Marine. Something tells me it's a Spartan, though. Noble Team. Very famous Spartan squad. Okay. Cutter, Noble 1. Cat, or Catherine, I believe is short for. Noble 2. June, Noble 3. Emil, Noble 4. And George, Noble 5. You're wondering why Noble 6 isn't there? Oh, wait. And only sword base in the background. If you're wondering why Noble 6 is there is no actually official armor or gender for Noble 6. That's up to the player of Halo Reach to decide. Chief dodging bullets and taking a beating while being shot at by Cubbies, I believe. Well, Cubbies is short for Covenant. And I love this one. When Skyjack. When Sarah Palmer needs a lift from a Covenant Banshee, she doesn't take no for an answer. Wraiths. If I know correctly, this is a Halo 4 variant. Or is it the Halo 3 variant? I want to say Halo 4, I'm going to say Halo 4. Oh. This one is quite good, even though it's good. He's wearing the Halo 4 armor. This is meant to be a wait. Hold on. No, this is the right armor. It's just never mind. It's just me being a bit odd. Chief Warrant Officer Sir George 052, the only member of Noble Team who is actually a Spartan 2. Noble Team is actually comprised of all Spartan 3s except for Noble 5. Noble 5 is the only Spartan 2. That's why he can take more of a beating and is stronger. And can literally run carrying a chain gun. That chain gun is like his signature weapon. And that's a city on Reach being glassed. Chief crash landing on Requiem with parts from the ship and Covenant ships and fire and debris and wreckage and all sorts. The UNSC Infinity. This picture is actually in the back of the book, but you can't really see it. This ship is about as long as 1-4 Empire State Buildings. The reason I say 1-4 is I always get 14 and 40 mixed up. So sorry. It is literally that. Like if you put like the Empire State Building sideways, okay, so like the base and the top are actually the sides. It's 14 of those long. Well, 1-4 of those long. These are the newer Pelicans. Dr. Catherine Elizabeth Halsey, before she lost her arm to Jolan Dama, meaning the librarian on Requiem. And I believe that's the Janus key. Well, part of them, anyway. Yeah. Joel Dama, and I always forget this guy's name, and one other elite. I believe that's a zealot. Having I want to see. I always forget this guy's name. You only see him in Spartan Ops. Actually, I think you also hear about him in the books. Since the elites, aka the Sangheili, or as some ODSTs, Marines, and Spartans like to call them, hingeheads, it's kind of an insult, used to just kill human prisoners during the war, but they figured out, because even though they can't activate Forerunner relics, humans can, because they are actually we are known, we are called reclaimers. So they figured out, because the Forerunners have us as their rightful heir to all that technology and all that. So instead of just killing us and brutally murdering all us, they actually keep some of us alive to help them activate Forerunner tech. Like this guy here, he was kidnapped straight off. He was kidnapped by, well, he was actually not kidnapped. When they recovered a Forerunner relic, he was studying it, and they actually pulled him in using gravitational fields. And up, Sarah Palmer, UNSC Marine, Sangheili, and a Phantom, and a Marine, maybe a Spartan, I'm not sure, or fine thing. I think that might be a ring. Wait, no, that's a planet, or is it? Yeah, I think that's a planet. But I just love the detail on some of these. Here's one of the other ones from the back. Yeah, you can actually see the dagger now there. Some people have always wondered where do they actually keep the knives, because in some Halos you don't actually see the knife where they keep the knife on like the armor. It's actually in a small compartment up their wrist. Like round about here is where they actually keep it. Taking on this, I seriously do think that's a zealot. The Didact, like the Forerunner warrior who hates humans, and his wife, a librarian who actually trusts humans, and actually considers them the rightful heir to all Forerunner tech. This is actually what's on the cover of the book. The only difference is the Master Chief is not coloured in here, and on the cover he is. Ugh. There's another one I quite like. Chief and Cortana at the end of Halo 4, if I know correctly. Halo 5, Scorpion Tank. I can't tell if this is... I think this is the multiplayer map. Strike on... I always forget the name of the map. Because there's two Scorpions. One here, one here. Assault on Darkstar, I think this is called. Or it could be a mission, or it could be like something from the campaign, I'm not sure. Fire Team Osiris, dealing with Prometheans, Crawlers, Knights, Watchers, but no soldiers. Okay, Locke, Vale, Olivia, and Buck. No, that's Dare. No, Dare is someone else, sorry. Then here's Blue Team, Linda, Sierra 058, John, Sierra 0, why is he 0? I meant Sierra 117, Kelly, Sierra 087, and Fred or Frederick, Sierra 104. If you can turn the background, that is Spartan Jameson Locke. I think those might be like Sangheili runes or Forerunner runes up there, I'm not sure. A Guardian on a Halo ring. Sorry about that. Like I said, it's been a long time. Prometheans, Crawlers, Knights, and Crawler. There's actually two different types of Crawlers there. The normal type and the like snipers ones. You should never push this one. I like very much. This like caption on the side. Right? Last plasma hero. Push a grunt too far, and his he's able to develop his. For God's sake, I can't pronounce that right now. To develop a explosive temper suicide grunt, by the way. And then correctly, that's like the traditional grunt from the very early Halos. June, and an old-fashioned pelican from the Human Covenant War, the basic one, and 3 branchies. The Fire Team Osiris on St. Helios, firing on one of the former Covenant cities. He's helping the Arbiter take control of it. Hunters. Hunter here. And here. A bunch of Marines. Something tells me this is going to be like the thing from the Halo movie, Forward Unto Dawn. With like Tom Lasky and all that. Like, it could just be like a scene on a ring. Then this is the final one. Elite. Not Classic Elite and Classic Elite armor. Atriox. The Warlord. A Banished Banshee. A Cyclops from the UNSC Spirit of Fire. And, if I know correctly, that's Jerome Sierra 092. Just look at Atriox's face though. The detail they put into these is just hilarious. Well, not hilarious, it's just so interesting. You know what's interesting? This is probably the longest video I have ever made. So like I said, Merry Christmas everyone, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hasta la vista, baby. Goodbye.
Could you get